Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Pod from the Bunker. My name is Kev. I have all of my socials popping up here below me. I would appreciate it if you followed me, if you're not following me on any and all of these. We do this show live on Twitch, and I started this show so I could learn to listen better and learn about other artists and other musicians. So today we have another musician joining us, someone from the Peterborough, Ontario area. I play many shows out there. They have a great music scene, and I've noticed that she's become a big part of that scene in every way possible. Helping venues, bookings, doing all sorts of wonderful stuff. So if you could hit that subscribe button here for us on YouTube, and if you're on YouTube and you want to watch this live on Twitch, it's Kev from the Bunker. If you want to comment any questions that I don't happen to ask SJ today, then you can please leave them in the comments below, like the video and share it with your friends so we can get SJ's story out there a little further. And I guess I've given away the name. It's SJ Riley, and we're going to bring her into the podcast now. If you'd like to support this show, there are links for all my merch and stuff available in the description below, and there's a Patreon that is has a YouTube level subscription where you just want to support the YouTube channel and all of what I do here for $0. You can go to Patreon for that. Excuse me. All the links are below, and I'll have SJ's links below as well. So without further ado, let's bring her in now and learn a little bit more about SJ Riley. Let's go. There she is. How are you?
I'm excellent. How are you doing, Kev?
I'm doing well. I'm just going to turn you up a little bit here while you're talking, and then when you play, I'll turn you back down. And I also need to do a little camera adjustment.
I have like a really soft talking voice and then a really loud singing voice. Like people are like, "Oh, you're so like, you know." I like to be really loud when I'm talking with my friends.
Yeah, I'm the same way actually. I kind of talk sort of low.
Yeah.
When I'm at gigs, people can't hear me. They're like, "Well, you sound like a DJ, but I can't hear you, all muffled."
Right. Yeah. I try to enunciate the best I can.
Yeah. Awesome.
Anyway,
So can I ask you a question? You don't have to answer if you don't want. We can leave it a mystery. But can I ask what SJ stands for? If it stands for anything?
Yeah. So it stands for Sarah Jane.
Oh my goodness, that was my guess.
Was it?
It was my guess.
That's so funny.
Oh, and I really enjoy that name, and I thought to myself, if it's actually Sarah Jane, I'm going to tell her to drop the SJ and go with Sarah Jane Riley. That sounds so beautiful.
Yeah, I've actually. Some people have said that. So.
Yeah, the three names is awesome. You know, Towns Van Zandt.
It's got a nice ring to it.
Yeah,
Sarah Jane Riley.
It does.
Yeah.
So I've seen you've been really involved in the Peterborough music scene lately, and I'm really excited to see all that you're doing there. And I thank you for helping out other artists and venues and bookings and all that stuff. But why do you play music, and what is music to you?
Yeah, so I love kind of transcending stories and just relating with people on a certain level that's really human, like basic human level. And I feel like a lot of people, no matter where they are in the world, they have the same feelings, right?
Right.
Heartbreak kind of feels the same. Joy feels the same. Different, you get it from different sources and things like that, but it's really about relating to other people and knowing, you know, other people knowing that they're not alone, and kind of me too. I'm not alone in this crazy world. So that's what music means to me. Just being able to really bring people together. I love community. I love inclusivity. So music really represents that for me.
Right on. And how did you become a part of the community post-pandemic in Peterborough? How did you get so deeply involved in everything?
I met some amazing musicians who really showed me a lot about the community here, and I feel like I came in at a time where a lot of people were very just discouraged by things, obviously, and where I kind of started and all that, so I felt like I had this kind of fresh energy to kind of pull people along with me, like, let's keep going, let's do this, there's an end here. So really trying to just shine amongst kind of a really tragic time for a musician, and show people that there's light and there's a way out of this. So yeah.
And you are involved in more than music as an artist. You do like photos and movies, and you're an actress, and like I see a lot going on there. So what does it mean to be an artist to you?
just an expression of myself, living my really true, genuine self, and as I said, just sharing my experience with other people. Maybe other people feel like they can't do something like that, or they feel, you know, I've met like a lot of people would be like, oh, I'm not talented. Well, maybe you just haven't found your talent yet, right? So being an artist is just finding, it could be anything. It's just finding what makes you happy. You know, there's people who bake cakes who are like artists, or build buildings who are artists, right? Like there's art is in different forms. So it's just expression, in my opinion.
Do you have a favorite form of art?
Musical theater is one of my favorite forms of art because it includes music and acting. So I love that, and just songwriting is one of my absolute favorite things to do. I think that's why I was put on the planet. So
That was why you're put on the planet.
yeah,
Awesome.
just
Amazing.
songwriting. Yeah, I do.
Amazing. And so when did you first get the music bug? Did you start theater early? Did you do any other sort of learning before that, or how did this whole story start?
Yeah, so when I was 6, I was involved in, like as early as 6, I was involved in musical theater. And then just I would write a lot of poetry when I was a kid, not knowing an instrument. And then when I was 14, learned guitar, so I was able to actually write songs then. And from there, I was just able to do my thing. So
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. And so how does the connection of the music and the poetry go together for you? That's a very difficult part of songwriting, I find. How do you go about that journey?
Yeah, so the words and the story really, it comes naturally to me. I really put myself, I'm a very visual person, kind of like when you close your eyes and you're like, imagine like a theme park or something. Like I can like vividly imagine something like that. So I immerse myself in a bit of a story. And I'm a very empathetic person. So that's kind of how I come up with lyrics that kind of relate to people, and how I can come up with those stories easily.
Right. Empathy. There's a ton of different emotions that we put into our music. Do you ever write songs that are a little bit more angry or have a little bit more edge? Is there a spectrum for you, or does it just seem to always be love and light?
No, for sure. That I've written a few punk songs lately.
Oh, nice.
So I like writing just all of the genres. So I've been writing some punk songs and some more funk songs lately.
Cool.
And then the punk songs are a little bit more grimy, have a little bit more edge to them. I can use swear words in them, which I like.
Nice.
If you know me, I swear a lot. I'm not going to swear on your podcast.
No, you're allowed to. Yeah. It's
Really?
Okay. No, we don't censor. It's fucking okay here.
But so the punk really gets the anger out. That's why I like writing different kinds of songs, because then you can express different emotions, really.
Of course. Do you find music to be a really good release for you? Is that one of your main reasons? Yeah.
100%.
Yeah. What do you consider success?
I ask myself that a lot, actually, and I've been kind of contemplating that a lot lately, because I think a lot of people get lost in just kind of that I am the prize kind of thing. But to me, success just means happiness and being okay with yourself and your art and your direction.
Right.
Really.
Are you successful then?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I've got some really exciting projects on the go. I'm very, very, very excited about that. I'm branching out. I just finished filming a really cool music video with my electronic project that I'm doing.
Oh, wow.
It's called Fine. We're just kind of like slowly leaking things, but it's called Fine, P-H-Y-N-E. And so coming up in June, we're releasing our first single. And
in the links that you're going to provide us, we'll have access to all of that, correct?
Yes, sir.
It's awesome. So everyone, the links in the YouTube video below for SJ will have all of her various projects, as much as she would like to share at this moment in time. Do you record all of these different projects with different producers or by yourself, or how does that go?
Yeah, so I do a lot at Treblecock Studio. That's in Peterborough, at the corner of King and George. And we do a lot of stuff here. I've also been working with a couple other studios lately as well. doing some electronic stuff over at Paradise Garage, but a lot of my main electronic stuff like comes from Treble Clog, and same with all the music that I've produced as well. So
Right on.
yeah, I have lots of different friends in the community, and I really like to just be, as I said, inclusive and all work together, because I think the music community, we can be just a really cool group of different genres, different studios, different backgrounds. So
I found that exact thing online, actually, and I know it's hard to believe, but with Twitch, the community of musicians on there is absolutely unbelievable at helping everybody else out and sharing. And
totally.
yeah, so it's similar, and you've done that in real life in the Peterborough scene. Can I ask how you translate what you would like your recordings to sound like to and with your producers and engineers and stuff like that?
Yeah, so I'm usually there or a part of the process. I'm always open for suggestions, because I just like to do what's good for the music and what really hits, right? So what's good for the music is what's good for me. And how I kind of translate things is I generally just play most of the songs acoustically first. And so that's like my kind of rock, folk stuff. And then the process for my electronic stuff is I work with my friend Michael Hayes on the project Fine, and he will make up a beat and just send it to me, which I really like, because as I said, I'm good at making up lyrics really quickly. So I can write, those songs in an hour. And
Right in your wheelhouse, yeah.
Yeah, and have those, like, I can do the music as well. Don't get me wrong, like, that's also one of my absolute favorite things, but I can just kind of whip up those electronic songs. So if he works like really hard on the beat, and then I do the lyrics and have like a really cool kind of vibe to it, it's like really solid,
quick and awesome. Yeah, that's a dynamic duo. It's great to find somebody you can work with in tandem with like that.
Oh yeah, it's like we have the same like music brain. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, that's awesome. So do you think how do you release your music in 2022? What's the secret sauce? Do you have any secret sauce? So
like I'm always thinking about that. And I talk to different musicians at different kind of stages of their career as well about this. So I talk to older musicians who have never released anything on Spotify and still sell CDs at their shows, and then I talk. I myself release exclusively online at the moment. Like I don't have any CDs or anything like that. So I think what I like to do is I like to release singles. But I also find value in an album. So I think it just depends on what you want to do with your music career, because I have a friend who's actually having a release on Friday, Nicola Magnolia, who's an amazing country artist out of Port Hope. She has this wonderful album, and it sounds fantastic. She did it over at Ganaraska Studio, I believe. And so, like, I don't know. I contemplate that question all the time. How do you release music kind of in these days? And I think you can go about it two ways. You can do it very organically, or you can have a marketing plan behind it. I think it just depends on what your goals are as an artist. So having that really structured branding, marketing, sponsor ads and things like that online versus just releasing it and seeing what it does, right? So I think it depends on how hard you want to go with things.
Yeah, I guess it's a lot to do with expectation
There's so much to think about.
Yeah.
There's so much to think about, depending on just kind of like what level you want to go to and be at, right? So artists just need to kind of contemplate where they want to be and what their goals are first, I think.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think you would release your various projects upcoming in different formats, like maybe do the electronic in a different way than you would do your folk or funk or rock or anything else?
Yeah, I think genre specific is definitely something that you should consider as well. I definitely know that all my electronic stuff all my stuff will go on Spotify. I'm not anti-stream, but I have like some of my older artist friends who think that that'll cannibalize their online website sales. So it's a crapshoot.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah,
I think
it definitely is.
It's so hard, yeah. And so I don't have any like special insight, but what I do suggest to artists is that they just kind of focus on what their goals are and then make a plan accordingly if they want to plan. Some people don't want to plan; they just put it out. I'm okay with that too.
Yeah,
right?
of course. And to have a big marketing plan, you need a big budget behind you. You need a whole bunch of like. There's a lot that goes on there to buy ads and pay for this and pay for that. So, how do you balance like the financials of being a musician? It's really not quite the best business choice. My mom wouldn't recommend it for me.
I know. Well, I think there's a lot to do with, okay, so like, there's just so many things to think about when you think about that, but like marketing plans and stuff, like it's good to have a little bit of money to be able to, I would say, at least get some professional photos done so you can market yourself a little bit better online, for musicians who are just starting out. But when it comes to like an album release and building that kind of a marketing plan, so I have my marketing degree. So
Okay, that's why that word keeps coming up.
Yeah,
Okay,
right? I know.
okay.
It's business, right?
Yeah.
Music is business.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I always kind of view it that way. But it's as I said, it depends on what your goals are. So if you kind of have larger goals, you want to reach a larger audience, you're going to need a little bit more money. I've different friends at different levels that I've observed the way that they market and they advertise. I know another country artist named Elise Saunders who's doing amazing things right now. She's got like Factor behind her and doing fantastic things. A lot like big radio campaigns, which is awesome. So it's like you need grant money, sponsorships if you're going that big, right?
And then a radio tracker, because I know Taylor Entertainment actually who works with her. I know. So I'm friends with Danny. She's legend.
Cool.
But it costs money to track. You got to track all your radio sales, and like there's such a machine that goes on, and it's hard. A lot of people don't understand that. So, but you're talking in sort of advice mode. What about you? What is your?
I always switch to advice mode.
No, it's okay.
It's so funny.
I just want to know about you a little bit more. What's your goals for your projects?
Well, I want to get to the point where I'm getting some Factor funded grant money and I'm able to get to a level where I'm touring and I'm able to be like an opening act on a tour eventually. It would be one of my big goals.
Is Factor the only way that a musician might be able to do that or survive?
No, definitely not. Playing a lot of gigs, I think getting out there that way, making money that way is good, and then kind of reinvesting it into your projects. Obviously, you still kind of have to have a bit of a side job on the other end of that. But I know there's a lot of money like in the merch game if you can really hustle your merch online or at your shows. But definitely other grants. Not just Factor, like the Ontario Arts Council, and maybe you have local grants as well from your community. Can really help, just kind of boost you a little bit.
Well, feed you while you're trying to make some art, because it's very difficult to eat while you're investing in a project that will probably not turn around the money that you put in it. Let's be honest.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
She's like, guaranteed not.
Guaranteed not. We don't do it for the money.
I know, but I'm always curious to see what people's plans are and what their goals are. But can you tell us a little bit about the first song you're going to play for us today? And maybe I can give you the full screen here. I'll zing you over to full screen. You can grab your guitar while that happens. I'm going to mute myself, and you can introduce the song and play a little bit of music for us.
Sounds good, yeah. So I have a couple songs today that I'm going to play. The first one that I'm going to play is called Whoever This Is Written To. You can listen to this on Spotify. I've got a music video out on YouTube. And this is my first ever release. So, don't mind all the sounds and whatnot.
Right on, okay. Well, let me pass you over to the full screen, and it's just going to take a second for the stinger zinger here, and then I will let you play a little bit of tunage for us, all right?
Cool, yeah.
All right, thanks, SJ. Here you are.
Thanks. All right, so this song is called Whoever This Is Written To. can't get you off of my mind. As I keep on going, no regrets, further and further into the sunset. Eventually, well, I will fall. I'm a winner in the good times, keep the things coming. I'm a quitter in the bad times, keep on running on. Over the world to find what's mine. Oh, it's crazy, but baby, something's happened to me. Oh, 'cause apparently you don't love me anymore. So leave me be. Oh, can't you see? You're no good for me. Oh, I never told you. Ooh, would you care? Whoever this is written to, I need to get over you. Please make this history. 'Cause I keep on going, no regret. Further into the sunset. Eventually, well, I will fall. I'm a winner in the good times, keep the things coming. Quitter in the bad times, keep on running. Oh, the world, find what's mine. Oh, and if I told you, would you be there? Whoever it is was written to, I am still in love. All right, so that's my first single, as I said, that I ever released, and that's kind of the song that kind of jump started my music career a bit, which is pretty cool, as that was the first one that I released. So I was excited about that.
Amazing.
Yeah.
What sparks your creativity?
Life moments, really.
Yeah. Do you always write as a first person, or does it do you write in various sort of states of mind or from various perspectives?
Yeah, I'll write from various perspectives. I'll observe things too, or I'll be very abstract. I like to be kind of abstract with my electronic music, and then I like to be a little bit more focused and story oriented with my folk music.
That sounded great. I love the melodies in that song. They were great melodies, and just I could tell that you spent some time and you have some knowledge of, I don't know if it's the theater and the musical theater background, but really great tune. I enjoyed that.
Yeah, I wrote that song actually when I was like 17, so I wrote that forever ago. And
Wow.
I just had the songs just kind of sitting there until I met my producer, which is it's a cool story. It's a cool story.
Totally. Do you think there'll ever be another rock star? Like a legendary rock star, you know? Like we look up to Led Zeppelin and Neil Young and Eric Clapton and all these, whatever, you know, Janis Joplin. And, you know, they will forever be engraved in music. They still are to this day. Are we going to have any artists from our era that become that? What do you think?
I think that era kind of has passed a bit, because when you think about rock music at the time, it was like pop, kind of like more pop music, like popular, what I mean. And so, like, I think there'll be famous people that do music, but I don't know about that, like, rock star kind of, right?
Would you consider Justin Bieber a rock star?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, so he, like, in 50 years, we're going to play Sorry by Justin Bieber and go, whoa, remember this awesome song from 50 years ago that our grandparents listened to?
I think the kids will.
You think that'll happen? I'm just curious. I don't know this. I'm trying to ask questions that I would like to get insight into.
I think the the kids will. Yeah, because the history repeats itself. So, the new thing, that will always be right. Like, I'm going to a Backstreet Boys concert this summer.
Yeah,
that was my childhood,
I mean, some kids look up to Juice WRLD as a legend. Do you know who Juice WRLD is?
No.
Okay, so this...
So you mean like worldwide, like Beatles level, Rolling Stones level?
This guy is acted as if he is such by children, but no one will know. Like, I'm telling you that in 50 years, no Juice WRLD song will ever be played again. Ever.
Probably not.
Do you know?
No, but I think
No
Bieber
offense,
is on
Juice
a
WRLD.
different level than
Right,
them.
right. That's why I asked. He's kind of like an Elvis, right? Like, he's a pop star.
And he was like, that boy. It's not boy band, but like the after the boy band kind of thing. He was like that kind of idol for young ladies.
That's what Elvis was too. Elvis never wrote a song. He was not really a musician. He could sing like an angel, and he was as handsome as they came.
And charismatic and all those things.
Yeah,
right?
the character, right? Absolutely.
Oh yeah, like that's half the battle is just kind of being
an icon
with people.
Being an icon, right? Being iconic, right? And so I guess that's how you become a legendary rock star, which was the next question. Is like, if there is going to be legendary rock stars, you kind of answered that as yes. How are you or I going to be that memorable legendary rock star?
I think you need to have a lot of luck. When I always think about people being at the right place in the right time, but being prepared for that moment, right? You think about when people get like discovered or whatever, when they have their chance, right? I feel like it's like a big bang, and you can kind of think of it like this. So you have your kind of like, your moment is here, but you have your preparation. So if you're not prepared and the chance comes, you're going to miss it, right? But if you prepare for the chance and the opportunity, then you're more likely to see that kind of success, right?
100%.
So always, whatever you're preparing for, whatever you want to do, and whatever that means to you, it's just being prepared for that moment, to be able to seize the moment, because, like Eminem says, you only get one shot.
Mom spaghetti.
Mom spaghetti.
That's hilarious.
Right?
Yeah, no, it's you. So have you got your shot yet?
That's hard. That's hard to say.
Do you move that post?
I don't think my moment's come yet.
Okay, cool. Mine has definitely come and gone. Mine definitely gone multiple times, I would say.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
You have like one specific moment where you're like, that would have been it.
I got invited. I got a walk on to The Voice in the States.
Whoa.
And I couldn't take it because I couldn't get a status in time. Like,
your visa
and or whatever, any green card or anything like that. Like, and it was quite an investment that I didn't have the money to do at the time.
Yeah, fair.
So that was just, I was not prepared for that, and that was my moment.
Fair.
You know?
Fair.
That was a rock star moment. I have many, and I reset the bar. That's my question for you. Do you reset your bar if that moment passes you? You're like, that's one thing about me, is I was supposed to be an NHL star too. So that bypassed me, and then I was like, okay, well, we'll be a rock star, and like that might have gone past me. So now I'm just like, well, I'm just gonna be a regular old musician then.
Okay.
Do you move your bar? Do you move your post?
Yes. Yeah, because you need to be happy. So if you're always chasing something that you're never gonna get, it's like chasing the purple dragon. Mm-hmm. I feel like a lot of gambling addicts feel that way.
Yeah, or any addict of any sort, and it can be for anything, right? It can be for success. It can be for, your goals and your dreams.
Just like that, wanting that. So I think you really need to kind of take a step back and what it means to you. I also think that a lot of people who just kind of are doing their thing get just noticed because they're doing something great.
Yeah.
And everybody's story is different, which I think is super cool too. Mm-hmm. There's not one path that's the same as the other person's path.
Mm-hmm. Would you prefer to go TikTok viral, or would you prefer to grind it out and make some sort of thing because you were just doing your thing?
TikTok viral, of course.
Yeah? Damn, I'm different than you. I actually am like more accustomed in wanting the long-term sort of grind thing.
I'm just kidding.
Really? No, you can be honest. It's fine if you do. It doesn't make you any...
I think both are cool. I think I
Right.
would like to do both. Hey, why not have a viral, like, Doja Cat, and then you're Doja Cat going doing her thing,
Yeah.
probably for a good amount of time,
Yeah, well...
grinding it out on the giant stage.
Absolutely. Okay, so do you prefer, so you've had musical theater background, so that's why you've got a bit of voice training and stuff. So do you prefer being a recording artist or a performing artist, or do you love both the same?
I love performing.
Okay.
Recording is fun until you hear your vocals back and you're like, oh, it needs to be perfect. And like my type A personality kicks in. And then you're like, perfection, perfection, perfection. You're like, art isn't perfect. And then you're like having this, like, my left brain and right brain are like so equal. So it's like having this, like, art's not perfect, but I like perfection kind of like
Yep.
battle.
Welcome to my world. Yeah, we're quite similar that way.
Yeah.
So you prefer the in the moment, like that's the thing, the same with the podcast right now. It's like whatever happens, happens. I can't control it. This is a live podcast, and hopefully no one goes crazy. I will cut it out if I need to, but ultimately this is kind of like a live performance. And so like the uhs and the ums, and none of that is edited out.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of where I'm at, where as a recording artist, like if we were recording this podcast, I'd be like, okay, can we just take that back there? And I'm going to do a little, this, that, and all the other. It's just, I'm just like you in that way. So why is it so difficult to hear your voice back, do you think, other than the type A thing? Like, what is it that because it's captured forever, I guess?
Well, I think that most people are their worst, like, critic, and a lot of people hate their own voice.
Yeah.
So, like, literally, like, the first time I was
Bad combo.
laying down voice, tracks, I, like, listened to it back, and I was like, oh! And then my producer's like, well, you better get used to it. And I was like,
Yeah.
I guess I better, yeah, I guess you're right.
Well, and I think the thing about a live performance is once that moment comes and goes, if you missed a note, that doesn't matter. It's gone. We're on to the next note. Just hit the next one. Let's try not to fall into that snowball trip thing where you start missing a few of them, but you know what I mean. But with recording, it's like, oh, it has to be, we're going to hear this forever and ever. And
Yeah, I find it like it's like musical theater versus like film, or like theater versus film.
Very true. Very true.
It's the same thing. Like film, I love being in film. I love it. Don't get me wrong. But it's like the do it again and again and again and again. Where like live theater is like it's the full thing front to back. It's the same thing with recording. Like your performance, if you're out on the stage, it's full thing, full show. But in the recording studio, it's like, okay, now lay this line again, and then this line again, and then I like have maybe a touch of ADD, maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm just like, let's move on to the next thing.
Right. Well, you have multiple projects. Like guys and gals like us, I have multiple things going on because once I get too much of this one, I just move over and then I move around, and it's just a way to balance what we do, and we drive the car that we were given.
Yeah. And I just like doing a whole bunch of different things because that's who I am. Like I feel like I'm just not one genre of songwriter. Because as I said, I really consider myself a songwriter. And I'm not just one genre of singer either, because I've got a jazz background as well. So I've done a lot of musical theater, and then that translated it to jazz and then rock, so that's why I have just such a vocal range.
Well, people in the chat noticed that right away, actually. People asked me, has she had any vocal training? It sounds like it, is what they said, and so we got to we can tell. It sounds great, and you're... Yeah, and the way that you can move, and even some of your chord changes in that first song were really interesting and cool, and I enjoyed it a lot, because there's a lot of... and I don't mind a standard song. Like, I love Johnny Cash. I love every standard, the 1-4-5-4 stuff, but also you had some great, chord voicings and stuff that sounded beautiful. So can I give you full screen? Just give me a second here. I'm going to give you full screen, let you play another song for us, and let you have that. Okay, let me switch it over to full screen for you. You introduce the song, and you go ahead and give us the performance of a lifetime. How about that?
Sounds good. All right, I'm just tuning up here quickly for everyone because I had a capo on before, and we all know the rule of capos. But yeah, so this next song is called Moonlight, and this is the one that we're working on the recording studio right now. You talked about, the 154 kind of thing, but this is a simple song too. It just has 3 chords. It's not like my other one that had a little bit more of a jazz influence. You heard kind of like the E7ths and things like that. But so this song is called Moonlight. I hope you enjoy it. Oh, I've had so many good chances all along the way, all along the way. Oh, and I've had too many romances. Oh, we say goodbye. For goodbye, hold me tight in the moonlight. Oh, and all these bits and pieces fall apart again, falling every day. Oh, and I know myself all too well. Played a role, rolling down the shame. Stay tonight, one last time in the moonlight. Stay tonight, one last time in the moonlight. I'll be last to leave. Oh, the things that you want me to change along, change along. Stay tonight, one last time in the moonlight. Stay tonight, ooh, oh, in the moonlight. Stay tonight, ooh, oh, in the moonlight. Oh, and I've had so many good chances. All right. So, yeah.
Amazing. So well done.
Sorry, the guitar was not the best tune.
Your voice is incredible.
Oh, thank you.
Honestly, it is very, very good. I can hear it from a mile away. Everyone here who's watching live is enjoying it so much too. Can I ask you, do you have any idea of how many songs you've written so far in your journey, your career? If you were to guess.
Like 50 maybe.
Over how long is that? Over how long of a period of time have you written 50 songs is my question.
Probably since I was like 14, 15, 16.
How many years? I didn't want to ask you your age, but now you're gonna give it away. Like, pretend like now I'm gonna know how old you are.
That's okay. I'm old. I'm 32.
Okay. So about 14 years, I would say that, right?
Yeah, you do the math.
There-ish,
I'm
or
just
whatever
the
it
guest.
is.
I'll make the host.
I don't want to do math
work.
either right now.
You do the math. I'll just.
So you've been writing for, so let's see, it would be 14 to 24 and then 18 years.
Yeah, and I took a bit of a break. I didn't really do music, and then I got super depressed when I was from like 24 to like 26, 27.
Yeah, see what just happened is I just did math on a recording and not a performance. If it was a performance, it would be gone, but now everyone's going to see me do the slowest math.
The quick math. You need the quick math.
Yeah, you got it. The quick math. Quick math.
That's why I left that to you. I was like,
Just leave it up to you.
Yeah.
That's so funny. Okay, so at the end here, after second performance, I usually ask some more fun questions since we got to know you a little bit better.
Cool.
My next question is, what would be if you had two artists, one dead and one alive, that you could go on tour with together, who would they be?
Whoa.
You could take your time. We have all the time in the world for this, and it's your world, so don't ask me any questions. You get to make up everything.
Okay, probably, let's see.
You can ask me questions, but I'm just saying, like, I'm going to say
You cannot ask questions. Do not ask questions, please.
Okay.
I would say, okay, like, obviously, probably George Harrison.
Okay.
I know.
Okay.
And, because he's the best songwriter in the Beatles. Fight me, anyone. And alive? Okay, wouldn't it be cool if George Harrison and like Snoop Dogg could like do like a really cool rock rap?
Let it happen. It's your world. Is that what we're doing?
That's what my brain is. My brain is George Harrison and Snoop Dogg. So you figure that one out.
Well, so how is the act going then? Like, what's the progression of this act? Are they opening for you?
A lot of weed for sure. First of all,
Totally.
They just smoke a lot of weed, and then they go on stage and make. It's not music. Maybe it's like experimental sounds.
Are you okay? So is it like they're playing together then?
Yeah, and I play the bass.
And you okay? This is great. I love your world. Okay. Done and done. What venues are you going to play? Name the favorite venue, the most important venue to have on that tour.
The International Space Station. Duh.
I don't think that's viable.
What?
Okay, it's your world.
SpaceX? Are you kidding me?
It's your world. I guess it's your world, but it's out of this world.
How dare you?
It's out of your world and this world.
It's out of all of the world.
You got to share it with somebody. The room, the vibe. What are we going to watch it on?
We're going to live stream like we're doing right now.
True. Okay, well, that was fun. Okay, so now I'm going to ask you to pick a number between 1 and 5.
No, 3.
Okay, well, there's 3. I counted 3. Here's your fortune for today, because I have a box of fortune cookie fortunes here.
Yes.
A lovely gift is on its way. Don't look at me. It just says a lovely gift is on its way. Well, maybe that's a new song from this experience, or maybe that's a new fan.
A gift is on its way.
I think maybe that might be a new fan from our recording of this today. I think some people enjoyed a heck of a lot what you did and stuff.
Aw, yay!
And I do too. Can I ask you one last question? What would be the final boss or the final goal to win at life in music for you? If you could find a landing pad that was a sustainable life for you, or what would that look like for you?
I was thinking of like doing touring and then being an artist and then being a manager, because I really love business.
Okay.
I love business and music, and together it would be really cool to do something like that, or yeah.
So sort of self-manage yourself, and then also offer
offer
that service to other artists that you believe in.
That'd be cool. That'd be a cool like landing spot, and then I'd just be like this cool like lady.
Yeah.
Shows up to things.
Right.
You know,
Everyone's like, oh, SJ's
smoke
here.
cigarettes in the back. Oh, you have to go talk to SJ.
SJ's here.
Yes, I've been working in the industry.
She's
for
got
these
the hat
30
on. She's in the
years.
back.
She's in the back. She smokes in the bar, even
But
though
it-
everyone tells her not to.
That's a wonder. That's a great landing pad because
I don't know.
you can allow yourself to tour, and then you can also live on careers that are a little bit younger than yours and that are doing different things than you might be actually doing in your career. So it's a brilliant way to sort of spread your knowledge and wealth and share some love with others too.
I
So-
love supporting young talent. Love it.
Well, there you go. That's it. That's where you're going to land then. I think that's the final goal for you.
Hope so.
I love it. Well, similar to this channel, my goal with this is like I don't have a huge platform, but one day I will. Because I'm a crazy person, I'm just going to keep doing this until we grow this to a huge place. And then I just want to be able to offer people a place to share their story and their songs and stuff. So thank you so much for doing this for us today. And I'm so glad that we had you on. And maybe one day, since you're not too far away, we can get you over in the bunker, actually behind me here, and play an actual set here where I can record like, maybe 5 or 6 songs of yours. We do this little thing called Live from the Bunker here.
Yes, please.
So we will sort that out, and one day you will be here singing some beautiful songs for us, and I look forward to that day.
Cool. All right. Thank you so much, Kev. Thanks, everybody that's watching and listening.
And all your links are going to be in the information below, so make sure you send those over to me, and we'll get those into the description. And everyone here who's watching, thanks for hanging out with us. I'm going to close the show out. SJ, I'll let you go. You do your thing, and I will talk to you very soon, okay? Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
All right, guys, let's fix that. Where are we at here? Get some beats going. Whew. Miss S.J. Riley. That was fun. That was great. I didn't know much about her. I have seen her blowing up sort of in the old Peterborough music scene. She has been supporting other artists, just like she said. I could tell that's a passion for her. She's been supporting venues and getting things going and connecting them together. And I always see her on her Instagram sharing stories and different venues and things going on. So she doesn't just go to her own show. She goes out there and she supports everybody, and it's amazing. So all the links for her information are below. I am going to throw up my socials on the bottom here, and I am also going to throw up this little crazy thing in the top corner that says, please like this video, please comment any questions you might have for SJ. Please share this. I'm trying to grow this channel to a place where that we can offer these artists a nice platform, a great base of people who can hear their story and learn a little bit more about them. So it's really important to me that we do grow this channel. So if you guys could share this, like, subscribe, comment, do all of that stupid stuff that everyone asks you to do on YouTube, it really does help. And yeah, that's all for today. I just want to say, if you want to support the channel, there is a merch link for us. There are some affiliate links below from Musora, Drumeo, Guitario, Pianote, and if you click on one of those links and use those affiliate links in the description, they are going to help out the channel. You can also pick up hats and bunker stuff and Kev Foster stuff, and there's also a Patreon link below where if you want to support the channel, you can go hit the old Patreon YouTube support. And if you're on Twitch, supporting the channel is just throwing a sub to us on Twitch and hanging out and watching these shows. So thank you guys very much for being here today. I am going to go to the ending screen right now, and I'm going to throw it over for a raid to another musician. And I thank you guys for watching, everybody out there. I appreciate you joining this journey for me. I'm in for the long haul. I'm going hard at this, so stick with us. And until next time, make sure you keep it between the mustard and the mayonnaise. Thank you so much.